Before I came over, I took a look at your first Tonight Show, by the way. And I knew it was good, but I forgot how good it was.
Really?
And do you remember you were wearing that like white maitre d'?
You know, somebody just showed this clip. Oh, I was on Ari Melber's show, and he did a whole retrospective and showed, and so I did just see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a white sort of suit.
It looked like a maitre d' from an
It was
Italian restaurant.
I think I was going for red, white, and blue. I had a blue shirt and a red tie and an off-white jacket. The pants were
Beige pants, beige pants.
It was terrible. I was 26. What do you
Every
want?
first shot on the Tonight Show was like that.
Yeah.
But, and of course, you had the classic joke, Father's my lawyer, which is one of the best. But then you did this thing, which is prophetic. You talking about Brezhnev being some psychotic Russian with his finger on the pulse of the bomb.
Right.
And I'm thinking, just change one name. And,
Right, Putin, yeah.
Right there. It's a,
Brezhnev, boy, really dating us. Yeah, and I remember when we got Hitler, Mark. I was feeling good that day.
that was a good day. So anyway,
of course, there are kids out there going like,
Hitler?
They have no idea that we actually weren't alive for Hitler.
No,
but they don't.
We didn't miss by much.
No, I missed Hitler by 11 years.
Okay. Yeah, just next time. What goes around comes around.
Yeah. I
So
didn't miss one.
this place here, by the way,
Club Random.
there's no married guy in the world
No.
could
who would
ever have.
Exactly.
And I know the way you feel about marriage.
Yes, and also about clubs. And when people have occasionally dubbed this a man cave, it just gets my bristles up because this is not a man cave. It's a nightclub.
It is a nightclub.
And always was even before we turned it into Club Random, the podcast. This is where I went to, have a fun time. And, if we could have the music on, you'd be even... Places, as you well know, as such a veteran comedian and a great comedian, love this. Hard sounds where the laughs bounce off the wall.
You need it.
We love the underground places.
Right.
This would be a great comedy club.
Absolutely.
Because if you put, there's a stage.
There's a stage there.
And then if you put it, of course, there's not enough people to fill, but like the people who were here, it would sound good because this is what we wanted. What we hated was plush.
Right. Plush and
because it
big roof.
Right. Absorbs the laughs.
Outdoors.
Oh, outdoors is the worst.
You could be the greatest comedian ever.
Right.
George Carlin would die outdoors.
You sound like you're dying. Even when they're laughing, it doesn't...
No, it doesn't go.
No.
So... Anyway, and I was thinking, I saw this place, and I was thinking about a married guy, and I was thinking about what you do.
Yeah.
We once had this conversation. You've been on TV longer than almost anybody in history.
29 years.
Right. I mean, I think
29
60
years.
Minutes got you beat.
Yes.
But I was trying to tie it into marriage.
Maybe meet the...
I'll tell you how
That is my marriage. I'm married. I've always said I'm married to my show. My show is my kids, and if you don't want to meet my kids, I can only love you so much.
There you go. So my COVID vacation.
Yes, look at this.
And you got the cover there, right here.
Oh yes, thank you. And Jerry Seinfeld, forward by Jerry Seinfeld. Quote from me. That's very good company. Mark Schiff. This is you were at the funniest men in the world club, right?
Yeah, I sent you a picture when you were
right. I went one year. I was one of the funniest men in the world. What a shame that
you didn't want to spend the money. I got to be honest. That was your thing.
What it
yeah,
was?
you said I'm not going to pay $400 for lunch
because we used to go to the River Cafe
in
Brooklyn on New Year's Day, was it? And it was expensive. And I didn't have money, yeah.
So who paid for that was the guy that made the most money for the year.
The best.
He paid for that, and then who made the second amount of money paid for the limousine.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have been either. It would have been free for me, so that couldn't have been the reason, because I was not doing the best.
It was free for me for 30 years.
I'm sure Jerry was paying every year, and is still paying.
Yeah, well, it was Jerry, Reiser, Larry Miller.
Larry Miller, yes.
And Mike Caine, of course.
Oh. The late, great Mike Caine. Oh,
so,
boy.
I wrote this on my COVID vacation.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The
I mean,
COVID vacation, yeah.
I didn't want to sit and just eat and watch television.
No, good for you.
So I wrote Why Not? Lessons on Comedy, Courage, and Chutzpah. And I got stories in here like about Jerry a little bit.
You
It's
got
all nice
stories.
stuff.
You definitely have stories.
And you and I had a story. And I don't know if you can remember this. We had a gig together. We were doing the clubs. We flew in together. A car picked us up.
Where?
It's middle of the country somewhere, like Indianapolis or something. And the guy's driving to the condo. And I said to the guy, can we stop at a 7-Eleven for water? And you said, I don't want to stop. And I said, I just want to get water because I didn't want to spend it. Oh, it was a hotel we were going to stay in. I said, I don't want to spend $2 a bottle.
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah. And you said, I'm not stopping. I said, you got to stop. And we almost got in a fight.
Yes.
Yeah. And you said, if we stop, I'm not performing all week.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Really?
But you ended up performing.
Of course. I could not have been serious about that. Yeah, I guess we were more combative. I don't know. I guess I was. I don't know.
But I don't even know what happened.
I
And
feel like it,
we had a great week.
I do vaguely remember that, and it just shows. It's just. I do not miss my 20s as much as you're younger and cuter and healthier, and I'm sure a lot of other things. I do not miss being an idiot.
No.
Like starting a fight over water or something. It's like, it's just so stupid.
Well, we hung out together every night for years at the
Oh, for
Rising
clubs,
Star.
of course, you know.
I can remember you going and bringing up Pat Benatar.
You are in my, I mean, I wrote a novel about
I know.
really basically my early 2 years in stand-up called True Story. And there's a story in there that is you. There's a passage. I mean, I wrote that book because, it's a novel. It's a fictionalization of what my life really was, and composites of comedians who I knew. It's about 5 comedians, but it was also an attempt to explain what I never thought had been explained well, is what the comedy life is like. And there's a part about how comics are finaglers.
Right.
And how they, because when I got to the clubs at the beginning, I was like, I was selling pot, which I'd done in college, but I was like, how does everybody, you guys don't seem to have jobs, and yet you seem to survive. How do we do it? And I asked you, and you said comics are finaglers.
That's right.
And that it's in the book, and your thing was, it was like the ultimate. You said, I find money when I need it.
Right. I did tell you that. I did.
Which is really ridiculous.
I had a 3-bedroom apartment. It was $350 a month. Me and this other guy had, and we got a third roommate, and we charged him $300. So my rent was $25 a month for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So he put me through comedy college.
Did he know that about the rent?
No. Then he moved down, and we got another guy, and we charged him the whole $350. So that's what we do.
Another one of the scams I remember was somebody had set up a card table on the sidewalk with one jar that said,
That was me.
was that you two?
Yeah,
take
big
money?
thing, a 5-gallon of water, and I poured money out and said, if you need some, take some.
Right.
If not, leave some for those that need money.
Need some money, take some money.
You're bringing up the worst in me.
You brought up my water fight that I
know,
started.
yeah.
That's so like.
Yeah, no, I did that. And people would come and go, can I really have money? And I go, yeah. And they go, that's great. Let me give you a couple of bucks here. And I was making like $20 an hour
I'm sure.
sitting at the Figaro Cafe in the Village.
Yeah, wow.
So you've written a book. I wrote one, which is really hard work.
Yes.
It's amazing. I worked like 6 hours a day for the 2 years.
Oh my God. Call 911.
Yeah. And the hardest part is now getting it out to the people.
Right.
Getting them to.
That's
But,
when you call on your old friends.
Yeah, and that's why I came for Godfather.
Well, happy to help. I'm sure it's chock full. If it's as amusing as you were in those days, it's really
it's
very
pretty
amusing.
amazing. And a lot of people came, Kevin Nealon and you and Jerry and Reiser and all these guys. And he said hello. I just saw Reiser last week at his house in Malibu.
Oh, you did? How's he doing?
He's doing incredibly. He has a new show that Upload.
What?
New show he has.
Upload?
Something.
It sounds dirty.
It's actually very good.
I'm sure it is. I'm a big Paul Reiser fan. We had dinner about a year ago or something, I remember.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
he's great.
But this copy is for you.
Thank you. Oh, I'll love it. I have a vacation coming up. This will be perfect.
You going to Hawaii?
Yes, Hawaii is the end of the vacation, actually. I mean, it is a vacation too, but that's a working vacation where I do shows in Maui on the 30th of December and New Year's Eve in Honolulu. But from like basically Thanksgiving to then is my big vacation time. And so this will be perfect because I just do very little. I mean, it's been quite a year. And it went fast. And I'm sure you've noticed, like, the older you get, the faster the years go.
Yeah.
I mean, they just, like, fly by.
The last 10 years were like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's scary because, soon we'll be 50.
Oh, yeah. Again. Tremendous.
All right.
So,
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Why not?
Why not? Why not me?
How do you say chutzpah? Can you give it the Jew ring?
Chutzpah.
Yeah, perfect.
Right.
You were around a lot of Jews for a long time.
What do you think, I hang out with Kyrie Irving? Of course I can.
Thank you.
All right. Pleasure.